Diving. Chee. Okay, getting ready to go out on the Zodi, go dive. Look at all these weights. What weights that is. Big suits. PG. Yes, sir. Secret spot. Just gonna get suited up. It's kind of cold. Yeah. Getting dressed for the ball. Today's mission, we're diving off the coast. Uncharted territory, never been here before. Gonna go check it out. Who knows? I don't know if the water's murky. Pretty rough seas. Way rougher than I thought it was gonna be today. But we're jamming, dude. Me and my homie Paul. Yes, sir. Yee, best friend right there. I think got a little water on the train. Calico bass is kind of the mish, but possibility of yellowtail. I don't think white sea bass are on the menu, but we never take them off the menu. I think calico bass is the mission. Maybe scope some lobbies on the bottom. Easy. Yee-hee. Yellowtail killer. Maybe, we'll see. Okay, this will be my first time ever doing a voiceover for some free diving. And of course it's not very exciting when you're free diving, there's not much audio, but here you can see me loading my gun. I just got my gun from Paul, so you'll see me load a band here. First thing I do is I just check in the area, and this looks like my first drop. So I drop down, you can see a lot of fish, and I don't know what a lot of these fish are. Some of these look like some chubs, or they look like a nenui to me, which is from Hawaii, but obviously I don't know what all these different fish are. Look at some state fish right there. I know what those ones are, the Garibaldis. You can see a lot of wave action. It was pretty rough that day, and where I was diving there was just a lot of surge back and forth. So I'm just kind of looking around, just trying to get my comforts here. I'm coming back up. You can see the kelp. The conditions weren't the best, but honestly they're not the worst either. Since then I've kind of dove some worse conditions than this in California, but I'm definitely not used to diving in these type of conditions. You know, Hawaii is a lot clearer than this. This is like the absolute worst day I would ever dive in Hawaii. So here I am dropping back down, kind of following this piece of kelp down. My goal is to kind of stick to the way I dive in Hawaii. Just drop down, find the bottom, find a nice comfortable spot to relax, and then let the fish kind of come to me. And really just trying to get my bearings here, and also just build up some confidence and comfort. Since it's cold and it's dark and it's kind of murky, I'm in the water by myself. I've never dove out here. I've never dove this spot before, and I really only had two goals, which was try to find a calico bass or a yellowtail and just kind of absorb the different type of fish and get used to diving here. It took me a while to get comfortable, honestly, and like get a good breath hold. So my breath holds are only, I think they're like less than a minute when I first started out. So coming back up. Yep, and I just cut the footage, you know, so here it is, just my next dive. So it got a good breathe up. Usually my breathe ups, I tried to double how long I was down. So if I was down for 1 minute, I was at least up for 2, but I think I was up for like 4 or 5 minutes, really just trying to get comfortable. Here's me. This time I think I do find the bottom. Which, like I said, there was a lot of wave action, and there wasn't really a bottom here because it was like this pinnacle and you could just follow it down, just kept getting deeper and deeper. So I'm really just trying to find a good spot to sit since you can't see the bottom when you're on the surface. And again, sorry, like my head movement's a lot. Usually I would try to calm that down a little bit, but I'm just trying to look around. Wasn't a huge concern for sharks, but I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of in the back of my head. It was just part of the whole experience of just feeling uncomfortable a little bit there. So coming back up, like I said, those dives aren't super long. This is just straight into the next one. Following that kelp down, just trying to find a nice place to land here on the bottom, get close to the bottom. Another Garibaldi there, so cool. What a cool colored fish. And just really cool to dive in the kelp. I was hoping to get some really clear, nice days in the kelp. That didn't happen, but this is not bad. The wide angle of the GoPro makes it look a lot clearer than it actually was. Right here, boom, sheephead. Okay, this is the one fish I did recognize. So sheephead, lined it up, bam, got us a fish on the board. Super stoked to shoot the gun too. Like I had flown over there and not shot that Rife spear gun on that trip yet, so I was happy to at least shoot one fish, and I know that we can eat those. Those are like a parrotfish, kind of similar to what we have back home, the uhus in Hawaii. So stoked to get that fish, and looks like I'm on the next dive already. So a lot of these dives, I was really just looking for calico bass. That was kind of my goal. I thought that was going to be my easiest thing to find. I thought I saw one, and I'm not super dialed in on what they look like. I thought I did see one, but I didn't know there's a size limit, and I wanted to make sure that it was like the right size. So this one, you can see me kind of just looking around a lot, lots of different fish to look at, coming back up through the kelp. And this is just like me exploring a new spot, and I think this is me handing off my fish, my sheephead, to Paul. And actually, when I handed that off to him, I jumped in the Zodi real quick and actually lost 2 pounds of weight. I had 14 pounds for a 5mm suit, and I think I dropped it down to 12 because I was having trouble floating on the surface and really getting calm. So here, most of these drops are around 30 feet. I did find another spot to sit that was like a little deeper, I think. So here's me kind of just looking around. I don't know what all these fish are, man. I kind of wish I would have did a little bit more studying on all the different type of fish. I think this is where I saw calico off in the distance. But if anybody knows what these fish are, or like think that I should have maybe pulled the trigger on some of these, definitely feel free to drop it in the comments. Like and subscribe. Yeah, just still getting used to this YouTube thing. Doing a little voiceover. This voiceover is kind of cool. We'll see how it turns out. So just looking around. Look at another sheephead right here. I had already shot the one sheephead, so I was happy not to shoot that one, and kind of just keep hoping for something better. At this point, I had found a really nice spot to sit. Lots of fish down there, and I kind of felt like this was a good zone. So I went back up and kind of got a nice breathe up on this next dive. And you can see the little piece of kelp there. It's nice to be able to follow those down. Since it's so dark and murky, it's nice to have the kelp to guide you which way is straight down, since you can't see the bottom when you first start diving. So got a nice breathe up. Here you can see me swimming down. Kind of gets darker and darker as you go down. I get down and kind of find a nice place here on the bottom, and I'm facing out to sea here versus like looking towards land. So facing out to sea, kind of really hoping that something kind of comes in from the depths. And on this dive, you'll see right here to my left, I'm pretty sure right here you'll see a yellowtail. Boom, you see it? And then it swings back around and there's 3 of them right there. Bam! I got my shot off. And I edited in a little bit right here so you can see a little better. There's 3 here, and I know it's super murky. Kind of slow-moed it. Had to pull out the gun quick and just aim it right at the one. Got a shot, and boom, it stuck. But after I shot it, honestly, I knew I hit it because you could feel the weight, but I couldn't see it. It was out of sight. So I kind of took it easy on it, and it wasn't screaming off a bunch of line off my reel, which was cool. So I knew that I had hit it decent, and I'm just working my way back up to the surface here. Could still feel the weight on my line. You can see these bubbles coming up, so I knew it was down there. I was kind of eager to see where I hit it because I didn't know how hard to pull. It was nice that it wasn't fighting me a bunch. So here it is coming up. I see I got a good shot on it. Didn't fully stone it, but it was incapacitated. I think I broke its spine here. So both barbs went all the way through. Both barbs are deployed, so got my hands on it. Yes! So stoked right here. So just getting my hands in there and getting a good hold of it. At this point I had let Paul know that I had shot one, and just kind of trying to tear up some of the gills so you can get some of that bleeding taken care of. And then here's Paul. Yes! Next step is just getting the dive blade out and just finishing it off. And I wasn't thinking too much, but after being in the water for a while here with all the fish bleeding and stuff, I was kind of like getting a little antsy just to get in the boat. And especially when you got a fish struggling like this, man, they just let off signals to predators, and predators just they feel that. They feel that energy in the water of a fish struggling, and they think it's just a free meal, easy meal. So you're trying to shut them down. You're trying to shut the fish down as soon as possible. As soon as I got it shut down, boom, stoked. Look at that.
You can.
And yeah, just handed the fish off to Paul here. And that's it. We'll get back to the normal audio.
Hold this. Okay. Try and move your arm. Oh, oh, oh.
Wow, that's a good one.
No, that's a good one.
That is a good one.
Roger.
Okay, check it out. First yellowtail, California. Don't want to try to blow up the spots or anything, but it's a big state. So stoked. Look at that. Healthy one. Dropped down, I don't know, probably 30, 40 feet, and was just waiting, and had one kind of come in, and then it passed me up before I realized what was going on, and then this one came in right behind it. Stoked to make a good shot. Pretty much stoned it and just like had the weight on my line. It was slowly swimming it up. It kind of had a few little twitches, but it's out here with my best friend Paul. Known him since first grade.
Roger that.
We love fish. We love fish.
That's a good one. That is a good one.
Yeah, I'm stoked.
Yee.
Okay.
Sashimi.
Yeah. Look at those colors. You see that? Like the way they change?
Yeah.
That color right there. man back here. All dirty. This morning wrapped it up with a nice yellowtail. Kind of murky water a little bit, like wasn't the most comfortable.
Let's make some balls now.
Nope, you're good. You just do whatever you're doing.
No,
You're the chef.
no, I just follow these guys.
You ready to lift?
Yeah.
Tom's gonna get this. Tom's gonna get the shot. He's just gonna lift. Oh, look at that avocado. Maruka, what else is in this?
I prepare soy sauce with these chilies, a little bit of
So
honey. Danny, you have to come over more.
You have honey in it?
In the soy sauce.
Mmm.
Hawaiian honey.
I like that. Well, that's all she wrote. Good trip. Thank you, Callie.